In 1904, the world watched how the Russian Empire lost 21 ships in just 45 minutes and no one saw it coming. Japan just became the first Asian nation to destroy a European empire. Russia was this massive empire stretching across 2 continents with the world's largest army, massive naval fleets, and controlled 1/6 of the planet's land. Japan was this tiny island nation that had only opened to the West 50 years earlier. When war broke out, every European expert predicted Russia would crush Japan in months. But they were wrong, dead wrong. Japan's modern navy annihilated the Russian Baltic Fleet in the legendary Battle of Tsushima, a 45-minute barrage that changed naval warfare forever. At the Battle of Tsushima, they didn't just defeat the Russian fleet, they annihilated it. We're talking about sinking or capturing 38 Russian ships while losing only 3 torpedo boats. The Russian admiral got killed, thousands drowned, and the rest surrendered. Out of 38 Russian ships, only 3 made it back home. Trojestvenski was found unconscious on his flagship, blood streaming down his face. But the naval massacre was just the beginning. In Manchuria, Japanese forces surrounded the massive Russian fortress of Port Arthur. Russian soldiers were demoralized, supplies ran out. After months of brutal siege warfare, the Russians surrendered. Then 1905 came. The Battle of Mukden was one of the largest and most pivotal land battles of the Russo-Japanese War, and of the 20th century up to that point. It was the climax of the ground war in Manchuria and a turning point in military history. 270,000 Russians, 270,000 Japanese, the largest land battle since Napoleon and Japan won. The psychological impact was devastating. Back in St. Petersburg, news of each defeat triggered riots. Russian workers went on strike. Revolutionaries bombed government buildings. The Tsar's regime was crumbling from within because a tiny Asian nation had exposed Russian weakness to the world. The 1905 revolution nearly toppled the Tsar's government. Workers went on strike, peasants burned down estates, and the military mutinied. Russia was falling apart from the inside. European newspapers couldn't believe what they were reporting. The Times of London wrote that Japan had shattered the myth of white supremacy forever. Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany started having nightmares about what he called the Yellow Peril. But here's what really changed everything. After Tsushima, Japan wasn't just another Asian country anymore. This victory made Japan a global superpower overnight and shattered the myth of white racial superiority that had dominated world politics for centuries. Within 40 years, they'd be challenging America itself at Pearl Harbor.